Hello, my name is Killer Sushi, and this is my third video on my channel. Today is going to be another video, but it's going to be more of a commentary style video. It's going to be a Bedwars map tier list. It's for solo and doubles. I'll have another video coming out decently soon for 3s and 4s, but this is solo and doubles. Just a reminder, sub to me or I will be sad, frowny face. But this is totally my opinion. You guys can disagree with me in the comments. You guys are free to do that. And this is the February 12th, 2021 map rotation. So, I might also make another video on the remove maps, the ones out of rotation. But starting off with the F tier is Ashfire. Now, Ashfire is what I can't deny. It looks cool. It looks pretty cool. But it's a huge map. It's a slow gen. It's a clunky metal. It's very inefficient to get emeralds. There's this old map called Steampunk. It's out of rotation now. But it's basically the same exact thing. It's so hard to get around. It's so inefficient. And there's these weird sub-islands between Diamond Gen and Middle and Islands to Middle. It's like nobody ever goes there. And if you want a Pearl Clutch on that, it's impossible. You can't do that at all. And the next one, we got Crowworm. Now, it's a huge map. It's a 64 rush, which is like really far if you're playing this. Islands are awful to get around because in order to rush diagonally, you have to go up the side, across the bridge that goes over the base, and around. And if you want to go to the base efficiently, you have to, there are these small gaps. And, I fall into the void, 50... all my deaths are falling into the void because the islands are so hard to get around. It's awful. I think everybody can agree this is an awful map. It's a really far distance to mid, and I think it's 48 blocks you're going mid, which doesn't seem that far, but in solo and doubles, that's a long distance. And the Diamond Gen is kind of weird. It was a bit like the old map Zarzel, which was diagonal to the bases, but it was to the other side, which makes it inefficient to get to the Diamond Islands. And now we're on to the D tier, and this map might surprise some people, but I'm putting Orchestra here. Orchestra has a pretty slow gen. It's easy for cross mappers to cross right here and go across here. And these weird Morocco sub-islands between the Diamond Gen and Middle, it's hard to get around. Nobody ever really goes there. If you want a Pearl Clutch in it, it's, like I said on Ashfire, it's basically impossible. Next we got Solus on a D tier. It's honestly Solus. It's not that bad of a map, but this gen is pretty slow. Middle's hard to get to directly, and the Diamond Gen is high in the air, as you can see here. It's right here, which means this island is cut out over here, but the island over here, you can see the top sticking out, so that means you have to go up a long way. And it's hard. Middle's hard to get to directly because you have to bridge from here to here. Most of the people just go to Middle from the Diamond Island. It's over here. It's a shorter distance. But it's honestly not that bad of a map. I mean, it's close to C, but my main gripe is that the Diamond Island is so high up in the air, and the gen is pretty slow. We have Skyrise. I mean, this choice might also surprise a few people, but it's a huge map. It's I think it is the biggest map, unless I'm forgetting something. The Diamond Gen is lower than the island. Kind of sucks because you take a lot of fall damage if you bridge up. You also have to take fall damage to get emeralds efficiently. You could see over the pattern. I don't like to take a lot of fall damage when I'm getting emeralds. Because if you're in a fight at mid, that extra 1 heart can decide the fight. Now we have the C tier. This is Crypt. It's a pretty small map. Very concise. It's a huge horizontal gap, though. As you can see between here and here, that's just a ginormous gap. And you have to go through mid after you kill your neighbor to be efficient. But it is a 32 rush diagonally, so that's pretty cool. I like that. But you have to go through mid and to get to the other base. But mid is actually pretty close to island, so it's pretty accessible. Now we have Apollo in the C2 too. It's a big map. It's a kind of weird middle. These staircases. I mean, it's an okay map, but it's not really original. This Nutcracker map. It's a seasonal map for Christmas, and it's basically the same thing. It's not even original. That's why I don't really like it that much. Now with C tier we have Cliffside. This is basically a Skywars map. It always reminds me of a Skywars map because it's a little thing here. You could visually see like the diamonds over here and the chest circled around here. You have to go through mid after you kill your neighbor. It's weird to get around. I don't really know where I'm going because of these huge monoliths and these huge other things blocking my vision. In some maps, like there's a hole on top of the base, and like you could jump down to sneak in. Except for this one, you take like 4 hearts of fall damage, and that's a lot. So I don't really like it because of that. Now to start off with the B tier, we have Waterfall. It's a good map. There are fair places to fight around the middle. It's a bit hard to get around though, because you kind of have to like bridge over, and it's pretty slow gen. But it's actually really small. I think it's a 48 rush, which is pretty nice. Another B tier map, we have Siege. It's big. It's a lightning quick gen, and there are fair places to fight around mid. And it's actually kind of cool that you could go up onto the base using these iron bars. And I also like the design of it. It's kind of funny because like there's a melon catapult. It's pretty funny. And now for the B tier, we have Orbit. Now this is a decent map. I like this. It's a fast gen. It's easy to get around. And the mid is a very fair place to fight. And it's actually kind of funny because these are like the islands are like upside down skyscraper sets. That's kind of cool. Another B tier map, we have Inca. It looks really cool. I like the pyramid. It has a fast gen, fair place to fight, and it has nice hiding spots around the middle. And the diamond den is also super close. I think it's like 16 blocks to go there, which is really close. Another B tier map, we have Glacier. Glacier is a small map. It's pretty small. It's a kind of slow gen, but it's not that slow. When you go to mid, it's like block trap galore because there's so many small gaps where you could just like block trap them. And like the middle is small, which is pretty good, but pretty bad at the same time because it's like every time you turn, there's an enemy over there. And it's a pretty small map, which is the reason it's pretty high up. And for the B tier, we have Lightstone. It's a lightning quick gen, except it's a huge map. You have to rush through mid after you kill your neighbor to be efficient. You could also see a pattern. I don't like to rush through mid to be efficient. Diagonal rush between the bases. It's a stack and a half. It's like huge. It's a huge distance. It's so big. And now we have the big boys, the A and the S tier. Now, this choice might surprise a few people, but I'm putting Acropolis. It's a pretty weird map, but it's a fast gen, and it's a if you go through mid, I'm pretty sure it's a 32 rush, and they're very fair places to fight at mid, and you can also block trap a few people, which is the reason I like it. For the A tier, we have Gateway. It's a fast gen. It's a pretty small map. It's like in middle is small and compact. It's like basically what Lightstone was, except way better because it's way smaller. Lightstone is huge. Those games take like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes on Lightstone. Gateway takes like 5-7 minutes. I don't know. And now we have A tier, Speedway. If you go to mid, as you can see here, you have basically access to every island. You could just bridge a couple blocks, jump here, block clutch, bridge a couple blocks, jump here. And you can also block trap a bunch of people, which is the reason I like it. Very fair places to fight around here. And it's also good for some crazy bed tricks. I like doing bed tricks. I might do a video on that one day. But diamonds and emeralds are very accessible, very easy. You could just go here. It's not like off to the side, which is like over here. It's pretty accessible. And now at the A tier, we have Pernicious. Pernicious has a lightning fast gen. The middle is very fair places to fight. Very flat. It's very, very flat. And they're a nice place to block trap players. And you could actually fireball jump from diamond gen to mid and vice versa. So that's pretty cool. And A tier, we have Biohazard. It's basically Orbit, but it's a faster gen. I feel like it's a bit faster. The middle is very compact and small. It's kind of like Orbit, but smaller. Very good for running away. I mean, this kind of blocking here, but you can run up the stairs and go across the top and run down the stairs on the other side. That's a pretty fast gold gen too, because remember the old map Zarzul? The gold gen was awful. Like, it spawned 1 gold for every 16 iron. It was awful. Now to start off with the S tier, this is one of the big boys. It's Airshow. This map is like DOG. I think it's been around here since 2017. It's a decently fast gen. Like, you go to mid, bridge a couple of blocks, hop on a balloon. Bridge a couple blocks, hop on a balloon. It's really easy to access. I mean, but it kind of sucks because if you build up, the balloon kind of smacks you in the face. So it's not that great to move around, but it's still an OG map. That's why I like. It's like Bedwars Sweat. It's a go-to map. And you all saw this coming. It's Lighthouse. It's a 32 rush, fast gen, very nice middle. As you could say, Lighthouse, there's a giant lighthouse in the middle. A diamond gen is very close, and it's like, this is the classic Bedwars Sweat map. All of the Sweats play. It's been around since like 2017, and that's all. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see